When you watched MTV, were you allowed to watch MTV? Did your parents say it was okay to do?
Maybe watch MTV when our parents were out.
Why did your parents say it was not okay to watch MTV?
I still don't understand why parents said don't watch MTV.
So what is the difference between that Western culture and that Indian taste what you brought?
I don't think there's that much of a difference here. I mean, the good thing about being Indian is that look at the clothes that you're wearing, right? That we have actually a very wide range of tastes, and we come from a culture that is extraordinarily vast, which is amazing.
We grew up seeing Roadies. So your insights on Roadies?
Oh, it's a fantastic show. It started off as just like a traveling show.
I want that character of Nikhil Chinapa of Roadies.
See, it's better not to bring those characters.
We all know your interest in crypto.
Yep.
So what is driving you towards crypto?
Decentralization is going to be the future. I believe in the future that all of our profiles will be centralized into one identity, which will also be a wallet.
Hey people, it's like a dream come true. We have in the house the Nikhil Chinapa to our Wowza podcast. Let's welcome him. Hi Nikhil.
Can I ask you a couple of questions?
Yes,
When you watched MTV, were you allowed to watch MTV? Did your parents say it was okay to do?
Maybe watch MTV when our parents were out.
Your parents are out. Why did your parents say it was not okay to watch MTV?
Because we think it's on the cultural side कि भाई ये सब हो रहा है, सब उल्टा पुल्टा आ रहा है, spiritual.
But don't you think Malaika and Cyrus Brocha were very cultural?
They are.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I still don't understand why parents said don't watch MTV. Malaika, Cyrus, Maria, me, Minnie, Vijay, it's all people.
We want parents like you, Nikhil.
Different culture, slightly different, but it is cultural. So parents, please allow your kids to watch freely
MTV and VH1
and go out to parties and listen to electronic music and dance. That's very important.
Yes, sure, Nikhil. Nikhil, by the way, many people don't know that you are an architect. Okay. So what drove you into this DJing field?
Well, my wife taught me to DJ actually.
Achha, your wife?
She was my girlfriend back then. But when I was in college in Bangalore, I spent more time out of class than in class. I was studying architecture. But then eventually I did very well in architecture. But when we were growing up in Bangalore, clubbing was a very strong movement. Nightlife culture, listening to music and listening to DJs was a very strong movement. And I also participated in radio. I had my own radio show, which used to be on medium wave in Bangalore and FM in Chennai. I used to do a daily radio show. I was doing theatre as well as a sound engineer. And most of all, I was an MC.
Okay,
so I was one of Bangalore's first MCs, so I used to do a lot of shows in pubs and bars and, rain dance in the country club. And when MTV announced a VJ hunt, I looked at all these things that I was doing and I was like, I should give it a try. I should give it a shot. I never expected to get picked. I never expected to get selected. But I think all the experience of being in theatre, being in radio, being an MC, all came together.
I think that was the best moment of your life.
No, I think the best moment of my life was when my wife said yes. No, second best moment of my life. The best moment of my life happens quite often when my daughter gives me a kiss on the cheek.
Oh, that
is the best.
Even I have the daughter and it's out of the world.
I mean, guys, I'm a guy. Daughters are the best. Just unbelievable.
True. Love you, Riara. Yes, so you are one of the few first people who brought that electronic dance music to Indians. So how it's evolving now?
Oh, the evolution is fantastic. So, like I said, I grew up in Bangalore where nightlife and DJing and music was a very important part of our lives. And I moved to Bombay, and everybody would think that, Bangalore is Bangalore, but Bombay. Wow, it's like. And the music scene in Bombay was actually not as good as Bangalore at that time. Oh, it wasn't. Which is why we got tired of listening to the same music in clubs. And my girlfriend back then, who then became my wife, my best friend Hermit, the three of us got together and said, guys, let's throw our own parties where we can listen to music that we love. That DJs who've been collecting music for many years can play. And the thing is, back then, DJs didn't become DJs to make money. DJs became DJs because nothing else besides music made sense to them.
Out of the passion.
It was just a passion, like music. And when you're that passionate about music, you end up collecting a lot of great music. But here's what happens. If you're playing in a bar, if you're playing in a club, you have to play what the manager is telling you to play. You have to play what the guy who's just bought a bottle of champagne for his girlfriend has to tell you to play. So a lot of the good music doesn't get played. So when we started our night, we said, whichever DJ we book to play at our nights, Number one, we recognize that the DJ is an artist. The DJ is not a jukebox. DJ is an artist. And if you're an artist, the artist should be free to do what they want to do. You're playing to the dance floor, but we trust that you have the experience and the knowledge to do what you can do. And that just took off because all the DJs in India wanted to play at our night, and the night was called Submerge.
Oh, it was fantastic.
And that's what, and today, I mean, this year in 2024, we're celebrating 21 years of Submerge. We started Submerge in 2003, and it's grown and evolved, and so many other scenes have come up along the way. And I think it's really great to see that because I always knew that it wasn't one company or one entity or one brand or one person that was going to build a scene in India. We're very glad to have started it off. We're very glad to have built a foundation for electronic music fans in India, and artists and DJs and the community. But I'm also so happy to see so many different offshoots of that dream and that vision that we had back in 2003 emerging in India and present today.
Yes, so you were one of the key person to get Sunburn to Indian. Sunburn and Vh1.
I didn't get it. I made it.
You made it.
I made it. Like you make a cup of chai?
Yes.
I made Sunburn. I brought the DJs. I built the stages. I built the marketing around it. I contacted the ticketing company. I found the land. All of these were
Father of Sunburn.
We built Sunburn.
So it's father of
I didn't bring it. Supersonic, same thing. We didn't bring anything.
Okay.
The thing about India is we have the technology. We have the people. We don't need to import it. We can build our own. I've built my own Van Gogh show right now, which we're taking across India. We did it in Hyderabad. We did it in Chennai. Right now we're in Chandigarh. I built Sunburn. I built Supersonic. I built Satellite Beachside. And honestly speaking, it's not me that built it. We're a team. We're a team of Indian people. There's people who work in production. There's people who work in set design. There's musicians. There's lighting engineers. There's artists. There's people who work in PR, in artist management, backstage management. We're all a team. But it's us. It's our boys and girls building it.
Yeah.
No foreign involvement.
So what is the difference between that Western culture and that Indian taste, what you brought?
I don't think there's that much of a difference here. I mean, the good thing about being Indian is that look at the clothes that you're wearing, right? You wouldn't call these typically Indian clothes. But if I gave you a kurta, you'd wear it and you'd rock it. And that's the thing about being Indian. You can enjoy your idli dosa and your dal makhani just as much as you can enjoy pizza, burgers, and pasta. We have that taste of being multicultural and multidimensional. We speak many languages. We watch movies in Telugu, Hindi, in Italian and in English because we have that taste. And I think being Indian is great because you just have this diverse range of influences and you have these diverse likes. We're not the kind of people to get pigeonholed into one community. Indians, they only listen to Bollywood music. No, bro.
With this Western people don't have
they
that.
don't understand that we have actually a very wide range of tastes and we come from a culture that is extraordinarily vast, which is amazing.
Oh. Acha, so when you asked the question about MTV and all, we grew up seeing Roadies. So your insights on Roadies?
Oh, it's a fantastic show. It started off as just like a traveling show, and Raghu and Rajiv were the ones who conceived it. They worked with MTV at that time. And then every year they just kept adding more and more layers to it. And then Ranvijay as a host is fantastic. And I think the show just evolved and developed beautifully. And now they decided to take it in a different direction. And I've actually lost touch with the team that's doing Roadies right now. But from the time that I was there at the beginning when we were doing the auditions to the time that I did the journey with Ranvijay and Prince and Neha and Raftar and Varun, it's been absolutely fantastic. And it's evolved into being this really loved and recognized show on television and on multimedia, on OTT platforms now. And I honestly speaking, I miss the show because I miss hanging out with the team, hanging out with the crew. And the guys that we made the show with, the camera people, the sound recordists, all the production people, the production team, the show concept creators, we've known them for years and years and years. And the best part of being on Roadies was for 1 month, you spend time with them. It was like a 1 month holiday with some of your best friends.
I want that character of Nikhil Chinapa of Roadies. I want
Characters that.
Nikhil Chinapa of Roadies.
There are many characters. Some characters,
I want to see.
better not to bring those characters, but some characters we will just keep it down.
Okay, how about Splitsula?
Splitsula is also really good. I took it on in the second season. Ranvijay did the first season, and then we built it over the years. It developed beautifully, and I think the show really took a turn for the better when Sunny Leone became a part of it. She's a fantastic person to work with, fantastic co-presenter. Easily the most professional person that I've worked with in show business. Out of all the people that I've worked with in 23 years, if somebody says, who's the best person you work with? I would say best, but the most professional person that I've ever worked with is Sunny Leon. I don't say best because what makes a person best? You can't really quantify best. Most professional person in the world has been Sunny. And then Ranvijay took the show over again, and the show's just gone even bigger. And I think this year somebody told me that the show's doing really well on Geo Cinema as well. So that show has really evolved and developed beautifully.
So any type of advice you would like to give to aspiring DJs?
I mean, it's an advice that you've probably heard before, which is to try and be unique. There's no point in trying to be another David Guetta or another Taylor Bass or another Solomon or another Korolova, because those people exist. In order to be your own unique self, you really need to immerse yourself in the music, which means in the beginning, yes, you might want to play songs that are popular, that everybody else is playing, but till you really dig deep and find your own sound and songs that other people are not playing, you're not going to evolve as a force.
Yeah.
You can't become a true version of yourself till you find your own voice. And by that I mean that you can't do that by playing what David Guetta's playing what the Swedish House Mafia are playing, or playing what Richie Houghton is playing. You have to find your own.
Be what you are.
Yeah. You have to find it. I mean, it's there inside you. You have to find it.
Acha. We all know your interest in crypto. So we have seen many of your videos on your educating on crypto.
Yep.
So what is driving you towards crypto?
I think Web3 and decentralization is going to be the future. Crypto is a necessary part of Web3 and being decentralized or working in a decentralized ecosystem. And I honestly believe that all of us, like how we have a social identity now on Instagram and on Facebook and on Snapchat, you have all these various profiles on Tinder, so on and so forth. I believe in the future that all of our profiles will be centralized into one identity, which will also be a wallet.
Okay.
And I think that's going to be the future, that all our wallets will be social. Right now, our wallets are anonymous, and you can also have pseudo-anonymity when you're working in Web3, if you understand the concept of pseudo-anonymity.
No, I don't know actually.
But I think that's the future. Let me just put it that way.
Okay.
We've gone sideways, we've gone down, we've gone up and down a little bit. But I think working in a decentralized Web3 ecosystem is where technology is going to drive us over the next couple of decades.
With NFT and all that thing?
NFTs are great, but they've just been terribly used. I almost said it very so far. The idea of an NFT, of having fractional ownership of something is fabulous. I mean, I can talk a lot about it right now, but I think your users will get bored.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. Let's say there's a really, what is the most popular song in India today? I don't know.
In Bollywood?
Anywhere. But like, what is your favorite song?
My favorite song, Munni Badnaam Hui.
Munni Badnaam Hui. So, okay, let's say Munni Badnaam Hui is a phenomenally popular song, and 20 million people around the world say, wow, man, what a great song. But imagine that you could own a percentage of Munni Badnaam. If you could take the ownership of Munni Badnaam Hui, the rights, the mechanical rights, the publishing rights, and the masters, if you can take those rights and chop it up into 100 pieces, into 10,000 pieces, into 1 lakh pieces, and you can sell each of those pieces to 1 lakh fans of Munni Badnaam. And by buying that piece, the future earnings of Munni Badnaam Hui, whatever it earns from radio, from television, let's say it goes into a James Bond movie and makes a lot of money, you will get that percentage of ownership.
Oh,
that is the true value, I think, of NFTs.
So it is linked from start till today.
Everything from now, like you can't backdate in NFT, but all the ownership from here forward, you can write into a smart contract to say that here's what happens from here. So fractional ownership of the Mona Lisa. If this was the Mona Lisa,
okay,
you could digitize this. You could have one digital version. You could make a fractional ownership of it and then sell that to people. I think that's the true value of NFTs, or at least one of the use cases of it.
So I was having a doubt. Jesse, today the value of gold and value of a Bitcoin. So if we compare, one Bitcoin is equals to around 50 to 60 lakh rupees in rupees if we calculate. And
it's fluctuating.
Yeah, it keeps fluctuating. So आज value of gold, we people invest in gold, we people believe in gold basically. So आपको लगता है कि gold को ये dominate कर पाएगा? क्योंकि इसका भी एक limited supply है, 21 million coins Bitcoin का जो है. Gold भी almost it's like 211 million kgs or 244 kgs. It's in between that range. That's found till now.
Yep.
And it's $1.2 trillion. बिटकॉइन का जो देख लेंगे आप, उसका मार्केट कैप है और इसका मार्केट कैप है अराउंड $16 trillion. सो आपको लगता है कि फ्यूचर में दिस विल गो अप?
I can't predict the future, but I would suggest that if you're an investor, if you're somebody who indulges in financial planning, the only thing that I will say is diversify your portfolio.
Okay.
Across various assets, stocks, shares, cash, gold, crypto, real estate, watches, shoes. Diversify your portfolio.
Okay.
As much as possible.
So you have worn many hats: VJ, DJ, festival curator, crypto enthusiast. How do you manage to balance all this in the aspect of your career?
Well, the truth is 24 hours is a lot of time. you sleep for 8, you've got 16 hours left. It actually is a lot of time every day. Time management is crucial.
This is an eye-opener for youth. They believe that 24 hours is less because they sleep for 18 hours and they work for 6 hours.
See, if you have 6 girlfriends, 24 hours is less. Then I understand your problem. Okay. But actually, if you're working in projects, if you're doing different things, I would also say that be a little careful, because sometimes when you do too many things, you're not able to deep dive into the things that really matter. So you can spread yourself too thin. It's very important to know what to let go of. And I don't have that quality, because I'm always attracted to doing new and different things. And I don't know how to say no. So I also need to learn to say, well, I'm handling enough things right now. I've got enough on my plate, and therefore I don't want to do this. But I haven't been able to develop the skill as yet. So let's see.
From your journey, if you have learned any lessons?
I've learned a couple of lessons. One of them is, if you're going to do anything, give it 500%. Don't do anything say, try kar lete hain, chalta hai, dekhte hain, thoda sa kar lete hain. Thoda sa mat karo yaar, don't waste your time. If you're going to do something, like, go full bangers on it. Otherwise, there's no point in doing it. So the saying is, if you're going to do something, do it well.
Time is precious.
Otherwise, don't do it. Do something else, like chill out. And the other thing is, to thine own self be true. Now, to thine own self be true is basically means be true to yourself, means don't lie to yourself. You can lie to the whole world. You can tell somebody, bro, I've got 5 Rolexes in the house, I do this. But you yourself know who you are. You should be able to look in the mirror and go, these are my strengths and my weaknesses.
Yes.
These are things that I know I'm good at. These are things that I know I need to improve in. Never fall into the trap that says, but my uncle says that I sing really well, so I'm going to go to Indian Idol and I want to be a star. Or my grandmother says, "Arey, tu bahut acha actor hai, so I want to be an actor." Be an actor, but then work your ass off at doing acting workshops, at learning how screenplays work, at learning how the camera works, learning how light works. Because when you get that opportunity, and that opportunity will come to everybody's life. It may be a small opportunity or a big opportunity. Everybody will get an opportunity somewhere down the line. When that opportunity comes, you have to be prepared. And I've lost count of the number of times we've met people on Roadies auditions and says, "Sir, मेरे को show पे ले जाओ, मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ. Show पे मैं perform करूँगा." You've got an opportunity now to prove yourself. You're at the audition. Be prepared. Give yourself the best shot. Singing, acting, any of the arts, whatever you want to do, whatever you cherish, be prepared for it. Because when that opportunity comes, at that point in time, say, "ये मेरे को पता नहीं था, वो मैं बाद में सीख लूँगा ना, मेरे को एक chance दे दो, एक chance." That chance is there, sitting in front of you. Be prepared.
So, coming to the end of the show, as you know, our show is Wowza. So, what was a Wowza moment in your life? Wowza is surprisingly amazing.
I know what Wowza. Wowza moment. I mean, there been on MTV, music festivals, as a DJ, as a parent, there have been loads of Wowza moments, bro. Like loads. I mean, the most recent one was not India winning the bronze medal in hockey. The recent one was the Indian hockey team beating England in the penalty shootouts after playing 42 minutes with only 10 people in the team. For me, that was like, wow. I thought that was as good as winning gold. I mean, but that's just
That was for all Indians.
that was wow, crazy. That was a crazy match.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Nikhil.
Thanks, Pawan.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks.
See you guys.